just gonna eat a burger the entire fucking time. No. Alright.
Go ahead. I talk.
Yeah, you can be a piece of shit, it's okay.
No, it's not like I haven't eaten in a week.
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to MCU ME, the podcast where we talk about all the Marvel movies in order, because we don't have lives and stuff. This week we're wrapping up, phase 2. It's been a bit since we recorded. Hopefully we'll get everything done by Endgame. Realistically, maybe not.
We will.
We'll see about that. But
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. So this week we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the one that everyone was like, oh, that's the weird one. Wow, they're so experimental. But they already did Thor.
Nah, that's different. That's not even the same. That's not even.
This is the first time they did Alien. Well, no, it's not even the first time they did Aliens. It's the first time they did humanoid aliens.
Look, it's a first for a lot of things. It's a first for the first time you took a really deep unknown property, some characters that even some nerds don't even know about.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of them.
And pretty much put them in the mainstream. They because I remember seeing the trailer for this movie. I wasn't interested. But eventually it became kind of for some people among the community, it's either between this or Winter Soldier, which both came out the same year. But yeah, it's the first. It's the first one that's kind of weird, in that sense. It's starting to embrace the space stuff more and the craziness, I guess, of the galaxy. Because Thor, it's not the same. Because Thor kind of kept it. Thor kind of.
I was fucking around, but everyone expected it to fail because it was super obscure and stuff like that. And I was going into it, I was it's gonna do fine. And I think people were pretty surprised to the fact that it had anything whatsoever going on. Mm-hmm. James Gunn directed and I think also wrote it, so it's very auteur, whatever.
I think a woman. I forgot her name.
A woman. You just say a writer.
No, I know it was very. God, there was some controversy about it. That's why I know. I think he finished writing the script though, but I think he.
Wait, let me see. Who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy 1?
Okay, I found this on the web for who wrote.
That doesn't help me. I thought it was. I think it might have confused with the comics, but we'll see.
Well, no, that too.
Who wrote the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the one in the 80s?
Yeah, the script
that had any of the.
Should have specified script.
I got it. Okay. James Gunn, so he did write it, and Nicole Perlman.
I think he finished it.
Oh, she started writing it?
Yeah, she's the main one that wrote the story, and he just kind of finished it. I don't know. One of them did the dialogue, the other one finished it. Something along those lines. But yeah, for the most part, I'll start off by saying that actually, I actually don't love this movie as much as everybody else does.
No, and coming out of this movie, when I first saw it, I was that's fine.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
It was pretty, it felt really standard when I watched it for the first time. I liked it better the second time I watched it a few years later, but I like Guardians Volume 2 a lot more. I'll say that right now.
Okay.
I think a lot of people tend to agree on that. A lot of people, it's kind of mixed.
No, I've seen both. I've seen that they're both on par or one or the other.
I think it's just because it's weird. It's different.
Well, yeah, that too. It's so drastically different from anything we had seen before. Because again, Thor, the closest thing you get to that is Thor, and they kept it fairly safe with it's not really
human
magic,
characters,
that, and bringing it to Earth, because you're only in this movie, you're only really on Earth for the beginning.
Oh yeah, the intro is great. The intro is such a fucking gut punch.
No, yeah. Actually, that hit harder now watching it. And it kind of it ties into Infinity War with how it's kind of normal that he would react that way. Because all of his life he's felt loss. And we're talking about Peter Quill.
Okay.
Played by Chris
Pratt.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. Funny guy.
Funny man. Lost a lot of weight and got buff. Just all the male leads, it's always just an experiment of how buff they can get. Yeah, I just watched Ant-Man again, and it's oh shit, Paul Rudd was jacked too.
Yeah, he was ripped though. He wasn't jacked. He was ripped.
Dude, everyone got fucking ripped for these movies.
Because look, Chris Evans, he's buff.
Yeah.
I think Chris Pratt in this movie, he's a good mix of buff and ripped. He's sort of a little shredded, if you will.
What is the difference?
Paul
Does
Rudd.
buff just mean like thicker? Like almost like
that's what that means, like bulking. You know,
okay.
I mean, bulkier.
Yeah.
You know, and
even though he's only shirtless like the one time in this movie, it's he
you
lost all that weight just for that one part. It's fucking.
I mean, I'm sure it was good health wise.
Oh yeah, I think he just did that after, and then like he still had to go back to like Parks and Rec after this, I think, and they just like explained it away like, oh yeah, I just went on a diet.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he was like just jacked like a fucking Marvel superhero, like when his character had been like fat the previous season.
Yeah, no, because I haven't finished it, so I didn't know if I thought it was already done.
I don't give two shits about Parks and Rec.
Wow,
I don't give a shit. But Chris Pratt's cool. Like he does a character pretty well, and then every movie appearance Chris Pratt has had after this is basically Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt or Star-Lord. Yeah. I think from what I saw of the new Jurassic Worlds, it's basically just him being...
I mean, in this movie, it's more of a mix of like Han Solo and...
Han Solo, but like if he had the mind of a child.
Yeah, more mature.
Yeah, because it makes sense because his character is literally grew up, you know?
So I guess, no way, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt's good. Speaking of buff, Dave Bautista.
Oh yeah, no wait. Also, this is the first like ensemble film, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, outside the Avengers, but yeah.
Oh yeah, standalone.
This is basically like a space Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like I guess they had to kind of set it up in such a way where like whenever Infinity War rolls around, like it's almost like two groups of Avengers coming together, and like. James Gunn had a pretty big role of making a cast that could like rival the Avengers, and I think did a pretty good job.
No, yeah.
Even though some of the characters are kind of basic overall.
Who would you say is basic?
For this movie, Drax can be a little straightforward at times, but like I feel like he has a lot more character motivation in this movie. Yeah. Well,
that's more in this. I don't know. I'd argue that's more in his character though, like how it's written.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's part of like the Avengers stuff Avengers style writing that comes around later. Is that all the characters kind of have to be a simplified version of themselves. Like Star-Lord's immature. Gamora's like a stone cold badass killer assassin lady. Groot is stupid and a giant.
Hey, he's not stupid. He's Groot. Okay,
he is Groot. Rocket's an asshole, but
that's crazy though. I mean, it's still every time I remember that's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bradley Cooper does not sound like you don't recognize him.
No, yeah, he does not sound like himself at all. I always forget, and then I remember, and I'm like, I can't even imagine him doing that voice.
No, yeah, he does a great job, and I don't know, maybe it's fake. No, it's just he's just good. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it, but like he does a really good job as Rocket. Like it's believable.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because a lot of the time, what happens whenever you see, like an animated character, all you can hear is who they really are, and you just see their face. Like to bring up like something coming up recently, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
all I hear when I hear the Pikachu talking is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Just Ryan Reynolds in a sound booth.
Honestly, yeah.
But here it's like Vin Diesel's Groot. You don't notice, and like that's a lot. That's a lot harder to notice.
Well, so he's got it easier. He's literally got 3 words, but
yeah. But then Rocket does a great job.
Yeah, well, that's the whole team, right? I mean, other than that, who else in this?
For this movie, yeah.
There's John C. Reilly, which presumably is dead.
Yes, I think he's just straight up dead.
Yeah. Poor, rest in peace. The Nova Corps in this movie. See, there's a lot of like, I guess more, other than like the IP Guardians of the Galaxy. There's more stuff introduced, like the Nova Corps,
like cosmic stuff.
Yeah, which is stuff that's a lot riskier. Honestly, this movie's I mean they were at a point financially where I think they could afford the risk.
Yes, they could afford a flop in theory.
But still, it is still kind of like wow, they made it work where it could have gone horribly wrong and nobody could have given a shit, but now because of that, they're kind of household names, I would say.
Guardians, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I used to work at a retail store like for a bit whenever I think Civil War was coming around and Volume 2 was coming around. Mm-hmm. There was so much merch, kid stuff, so I think obviously like this movie can be marketed towards kids, but I think it's definitely a household name at this point. Because that's all you have to do when it comes to a superhero property is make it appeal to kids.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
To be mainstream successful.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Watchmen can be a great movie, but it's not marketed towards kids. You're not going to buy a Watchmen toy.
No, that's true. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But yeah, no, like you're not going to see Rorschach plushies and stuff like that. But there were definitely ones for like Baby Groot. Baby Groot. God, Baby Groot's bad. Baby Groot's just a... Baby Groot's purely for toys. I'm sorry, that's volume 2.
No, it is. I think everybody knows that, but it got to a point where... who cares, you know? It's cute.
Oh, yeah, no.
But no, actually, speaking of Guardians 2, also, it made the beginning scene all the more heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I missed about setup for Volume 2. Mm-hmm. I remember there being at least 3 references to Peter's lineage, basically.
Yeah.
Before like anything happened, which you don't really notice the first time around, and I guess I wasn't paying attention the next time I watch it at home. But whenever I watch it for this go around, I think I caught like 3 distinct moments. He's like, "Oh yeah, your dad was an angel," and you think that just whenever you hear that line initially, you're just like, "Oh yeah, he's a deadbeat dad who just fucking left."
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be considered, you know, like it could be, you know, it could be taken as like literal angel, you know, because he turned out to be a celestial. Or just, you know, kind of like
an alien.
Yeah. Or just, hey, he was a good guy. Because you don't really assume that, you know, his dad is anything great, do you? Or no, the Yondu does hint to it, right?
Oh, yeah, and then they straight up say at the end, I'm glad we didn't bring him to his dad, which I never noticed. And that's straight up like, almost like a spoiler for the second movie that I never realized.
No, I mean, because they don't say what, well... No, yeah, I mean, it's assumed that he's an alien, but, I mean, you never really expect that he's a celestial.
Yeah, I guess. You know, but it's like, well, he says, no, the lady says, like, it's an ancient alien that they haven't, that they haven't, like, come across in, like, so long. Like, they don't have records of, basically. Mm. So, I mean, it's kind of implied. The fact that he could hold an Infinity Stone was... Like,
that's the other thing, too.
Also, like, he kind of held it, but he had help. So, it's like... If he had held it by himself, but that kind of defeat the whole, you know, peak. Wow, we got to do it together kind of thing. I know.
Oh, speaking of one big flaw.
Talking about the villain.
Yeah.
Ronan, I think he's fine.
You know, honestly though,
I think a lot of people talk shit about him being like
he's almost
the villain problem,
but he's almost so forgettable in a way that makes him rememberable. Oddly enough, I found because everyone always points to him as being the most forgettable one. But at the same time, everyone knows him.
But the thing is, I think it was on purpose for him to be such a, like all of his shots, I think, I forget who was saying this, but it's like shot like aliens almost. Mm. Like all the shots of just Ronin. Because they're trying to contrast that with like the main heroes who are all like...
Yeah, just kind of
dumbasses, basically.
Yeah.
So like he's played like a really straightforward villain, but they're trying to play that as a contrast against the really colorful heroes.
I mean, also I forgot because his whole motivation is just he's basically like a
he wants to do a genocide.
Well, the Trump of Kree, right?
I mean, he's just the leader of the Kree. I mean,
no, but he's very like passionate about it. You know, he's very like, right?
I'd say more like a Hitler, but
okay, yeah, there we go.
Hitler with a hammer.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's perfect. I don't know. Okay, look, you might have to cut that out. Anyway,
no, I'm not.
Besides,
anyway,
2020.
But yeah, so I think he does fine. I like when he actually meets the Guardians because it doesn't happen to like the very end of the movie that he's played for laughs. Like I lost my shit watching this time because whenever Peter Quill tried to do the dance battle thing, Ronin's fucking facial expressions, he pouts a lot during the entire movie, like really exaggerated pouts. His face turns and like his face like smushes against his helmet, and it's the funniest goddamn thing I'd seen in so long. Okay, but I know you want to talk about the ending because I think you said you hated it.
We can wait.
There's not much else to say, but I do want to comment. Thanos in this movie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention.
Thanos in this movie makes no fucking sense. When you see it, he doesn't look like the Thanos we get to know in Infinity War. He doesn't act like the Thanos.
Okay, I'd say he acts like it. He's all his first lines are like,
"Boy."
Yeah. He's like, "Boy, you know, don't be talking to me like that. You know, like I could fucking kill you." That kind of thing.
They're basically just. I think James Gunn was basically just going off what the Avengers set up. Like, oh yeah, he's a purple guy with blue eyes in space who wants to take.
Plus, I mean, at the time, I don't think they knew exactly what his look was going to be. You know,
Which I think, I guess, is they had like the more classic costume on him. And I think at that time, I guess he was going to just be more of a straightforward villain.
Yeah,
in a sense too.
Yeah, and then I don't know what else. Like, I feel like his entrance could have been more grandiose because this was kind of like the first reveal. Thanos.
I mean, he's played for like a threat. I mean,
yeah, like, but not like I don't know.
Like the big boss.
You don't get like a scope of like how intimidating he is because he's just chilling in a chair.
It doesn't make any like this is not the Thanos that you see in Infinity War. Period.
Yeah,
like Thanos in Infinity War, he's not sitting on a fucking space throne.
This was Josh Brolin too, right?
Yes, it was always Josh Brolin voice acting, but
no, because in the beginning,
but the model's like entirely different.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have any lines in Avengers.
That wasn't him.
He just smiled. What?
That wasn't him. That was another guy.
What are you talking about?
About Thanos and the Avengers at the end.
He doesn't say anything in the Avengers. He just goes.
Yeah, like he turns, but that wasn't Josh Brolin, is what I'm saying.
It's not motion captured or based on his face.
It's not him at all. He wasn't cast yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't say anything, so it doesn't matter. But yes, I'm pretty sure it was Josh Brolin in this movie. They had him cast. They had that figured out, but like they didn't have any plan for him, I don't think. Because at this time, whenever Guardians came out, the Russo brothers were just kind of proving themselves. Yeah. So at this point,
well, it was still
they were probably hoping that Josh Whedon would. Yeah, Josh Whedon probably like.
Yeah. It was still his kind of like boat that he was.
Which we'll get more into in Avengers 2, but like, yeah, looking back, Joss Whedon's run was okay, but like the Russos is like infinitely better.
Yeah, I mean he had one. He honestly had one.
He had one good movie, and then
look, the second one's questionable. It's just like the poor guy.
We'll get that in the next one. Yeah. But
also, I mean, look, we're introduced to the Collector too.
So I think this movie was more so going off Joss Whedon's like universe, I guess Thanos setup.
Yeah,
they kind of had to deal with that, and then the Russos stepped in later and made him better. Period.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is Thanos' pretty shitty first entrance, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it is. It could have been a lot better, but I mean, it's not.
Also, like he didn't expect Ronan to betray him. It's like, hey, bring me the stone and I'll destroy a planet for you. It's like, why wouldn't he just take it?
Yeah.
He has one of the most powerful fucking stones. Like
he could literally just like, okay, boom, bye.
This is like
destroy him. But
it's like Thanos already lost like 2 of them, or what at that point, like, or he lost one.
Yeah, the scepter.
He gave up the scepter to get the Tesseract.
But did he even know that the scepter had a stone?
Yeah, I think so. Because he gave it to him. So I think my thought process was always like, he was like, okay, here, borrow this one that I have. I don't know how he got it. I don't know if it's ever explained how he got the Mind Stone. And then bring back the Tesseract, you get Earth in return. And that's why Loki tried to take over Earth in like a villain plot style. Mm-hmm. But Thanos just doesn't. And then years later, he decides to get them all at once.
Yeah. Well, also this movie's like the first explanation of them. Like what they all do.
This one does explain the Infinity Stones because this is the first time one's like really a MacGuffin, like as the Infinity Stone. You know what I mean? Which at first you don't realize that it is one.
Yeah, because it's like each one. Like it's like a casing, I guess, in a way. Like, did they ever have a name for the orb? Right? Is that it? That's what it was called. Because you know how the Tesseract is like a case, pretty much, for the power.
I think they just call it the orb in this movie. And then as soon as there's a weird dialogue writing thing that happens in this movie. As soon as they find out, as soon as the plot explains what the Infinity Stone is, after that, they refer to it as the Stone. Mm-hmm. But before that, they always refer to it as the orb, even like evil characters. Yeah. So it's like, oh, we got to get the orb. But as soon as that happens, like Nebula's like, oh, we got to get the stone. They have it. Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess, just like a weird writing thing that I think I noticed.
Well, I mean, I guess if they found out that it was a stone,
I think they already knew. Like, they already knew what it was, in theory.
So they knew that it was an Infinity Stone?
Nebula? Absolutely. No, not the main characters, but Nebula did. Like, the villains did.
Oh, okay.
Guy from Captain Marvel did at the beginning. Mr. Who.
Oh, yeah. Who? that wasn't as... I thought it was going to be... I remember it being more who? But it was just kind of like...
Like
who?
fucking Tim Allen.
Yeah, but it was just who?
Yeah, you exaggerated a lot. But, yeah, it was,
Oh. No, but also we get introduced to the Collector, which doesn't play like that big of a role. He's related to one of the guys. Who's he related to? The Collector, he's related to the guy from Ragnarok.
Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah. But, I mean, it's not...
The Grandmaster?
It's not really relevant. Yeah.
Are they Celestials or are they just, like, weirdos?
No, they're just weirdos, I think.
Weirdos?
Yeah. No, Celestials, as far as we know, I believe it's only Quill's dad. That's the only one we know of. Yeah, right now, so far.
Well, do the Watchers count?
No, they're not. They're their own race. They're like, I think, above Celestials.
They don't even show them in this.
But they don't even do shit. Honestly, they just watch.
Yeah,
they literally just
fucking watch, dude. Those fucking watchers. So yeah, do you have anything else to bring up?
I hate the end. I hate that dance scene. I think it's the epitome, or how do you say epitome? Is that how you say it? Of like, you know, the Marvel humor. That
I feel like, yes, I understand that you'd say that. I can kind of see why you would think that.
I know I'm alone. You know, I understand if people don't. You know,
I think it's entirely within his character.
Yeah, it is. It is
because he sees Rocket set up the thing. He has to distract him, and it fucking worked. The fact that it works is the more annoying part.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, I think maybe
but the fact that he calls him a turd blossom kind of makes up for it, in my opinion.
Okay, honestly, you know what? You're right.
I'm just distracting you, big turd blossom, and then he fucking shoots him, and it blows up in slow motion.
No, you're absolutely right. It's the fact that it worked. Because, it is totally in character for him to do some shit like that. But the fact that...
Oh, and also when he, like, reaches his hand over, it's like, Gamora! And she's like... She, like, cartoonishly just shakes her head. It's just, like, the funniest shit. Oh, God.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, you know, there's Nebula. She's cool, I guess.
Yeah, Nebula...
really does.
I was super surprised with how big a role she had in the MCU after this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because like Infinity War, especially now in Endgame, from what we're seeing, like she's
an Avenger.
Yeah, like pretty much.
Which I did not expect. Maybe it's because I wasn't familiar with the comics.
No, that too. No, me either, honestly.
Because she's super obscure.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, well, also, that's another thing. They're obscure, but they also changed the look for a lot of them. Like, I think Drax isn't originally... I think he's more green.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they changed it because they didn't want, like... They figured they had too many, like, green people.
Yeah. I think it looks fine. His makeup can look a little... I can't tell if there's like a texture on him. It's almost like concrete. And I can't tell if that's on purpose or just because the makeup is so thick.
Probably one of those things where it's so thick, but it works to its advantage.
Yeah.
But...
all the aliens have like a more distinct look to them. I mean, they're all human basically, except for Groot and Rocket. But
yeah, I mean, in Quill, he looks nothing like he does in the comics.
Well, now he does.
But that's
they retroactively.
Yeah,
changed.
That's the thing. I actually, honestly, I don't like that. I've never liked the fact that the comics will follow the movies after a while. I don't know what it is. I've never really analyzed
Marvel does some really funny shit. Did you know that they like canceled the Fantastic Four comic whenever Fox was making their own new movie?
Yeah. No, they're spiteful.
But
I mean, look, even the explanation for how they wanted to make, because Nick Fury. Actually, that's unrelated. I'll bring it up in Avengers 2.
Avengers 2?
Yeah.
Okay. We're about to get there.
Yeah, but for now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's regarded as one of the best ones.
It's a good one.
I think it has a lot of heart.
It's not just okay. It has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
I feel like Volume 2 has way more heart and better overall.
Okay. No,
so what are you going to rate it?
A 7.
Yeah. 7?
Yeah. I'm in the minority, though. I know a lot of other people give this a 10. I actually saw this by accident, just because there was nothing else in the theater whenever I went to go see something.
You didn't want to see a Marvel movie in theater?
Honestly, this was the one I was going to skip.
A lot of people say this is the one that you could like show people out of context of the MCU.
No, yeah, because it doesn't really... I don't know, other than the Infinity Stones and Thanos. Yeah. But even then, like, you don't need to... If you hadn't
just
watched,
like a big bad. Like,
yeah, it's a very much like a standalone thing.
It's operating off the... I feel like 2013 was the year of like, this one's for us, and then 2014 was the year of this is for you.
Yeah,
kind of directing.
Yeah,
because it was Iron Man 3, Thor 2, and then we got Captain America 2 and Guardians. So 2014 was a great year overall for Marvel.
Yeah, it was.
So you give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a... I'll give it an 8. So yeah, any final thoughts? How this connects to the MCU? I mean, we already brought up everything. Thanos, the Infinity Stone.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
There's references like Howard the Duck, although that's never gonna... I hate that they keep bringing him back as like a cameo thing, but like they're never gonna do anything.
Once, wasn't it?
He's in Volume 2 as well.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Howard the Duck is
We haven't gone there yet.
Howard the Duck is dumb. I think his design's stupid.
Hey.
I wish he looked more like he did in the original movie.
Put some respect on his name. He was the first Marvel movie. Okay? All right.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, I mean, that's about it.
Cool. Alrighty.
This movie sucks.
Oh, no.
Balls.
You're only supposed to do that before the fake ratings.
This movie is the stupidest thing ever.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. Just so you know, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Podcast now. We got it on all of those platforms and YouTube. So subscribe, Rate that shit. Like it all, please. Because iTunes ratings don't show up unless there's a significant amount of them, please. Any other call to actions?
No, that's it.
All right.
Follow me on Twitter at it's your boy Dickface.
You really need to change that at, by the way.
Actually, it's just your boy Dickface, sorry.
You're probably suppressing our podcast because I have to write dick in the description every time.
Okay, actually, you know what? Never. No, it's 2 C's, so it's fine.
No, I don't know about that.
I'll change it to 2 C's.
Oh, no. It already is 2 C's, I think.
Okay, whatever. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll put it in the description later.
All right, cool. We're going to talk about Avengers next episode. That'll be a neat one. All right, bye-bye.